as a communicator, what do you think that would be?
Just being confident. You know what I mean? If we're all wrong, we're all right, and just being able to just have the confidence just to say, what you feel and what you see.
Being a vocal leader, is that something that comes natural to you? Is it something you've had to work on? How is that?
It's been something I had to work on. I feel like all the coaches on the staff, they challenge me to work on that and get better.
If we're all wrong, we're all right. How would you define what that means?
Obviously on defense, things aren't gonna be perfect, and if we all playing all the same thing, we can't be wrong.
We've heard so much about what Caleb could do kind of mentally and how he understood the game. What did you learn from playing with a guy like that and just kind of about running a defense and understanding in football?
I just obviously I played with him and I just watched how he approached every day, in the film room, on the field, how he took care of his body, and just taking pieces and parts of that and just being able to put it in my game as well.
What is it that you think you do best on the field?
Obviously I feel like I play with a high motor. I have a quick trigger. I just play fast.
Where does your motor come from?
Just internal motivation. Just I just want it. I want to be around the ball. I want to make plays.
The more that you get experience and the more you know the defense, how does that affect that quick trigger that you're talking about?
It makes it a lot faster, obviously, because you just are able to expect things, see things, and be able to communicate things out to other people so other people can play fast as well.
Obviously, I think a lot of people remember you for the Ohio hit, the physicality coming down the box, but the coverage numbers were excellent last year. What made you excel in that area of the game so quickly in pass coverage and
Just reps every day in practice. Coach allows us to be in those situations a lot, and I guess I excel just the reps every day in practice.
You got some new teammates this year. What's it like playing with Earl? What is he like?
He's exciting to watch. Very fast. Like I said, high motor, and he plays with his hair on fire, and I like to see that. Terry's a very smart guy. He's in the film room a lot. Is working to get better, and obviously from seeing his Duke highlights and stuff like that, he plays against that ball too.
Devin was saying that you and Earl are really taking on that leadership role. How do you kind of lean on him and his experience as well?
Who, Earl?
Yeah.
So Earl obviously played a lot of ball, has a lot of ball production as well as his time at Bama and Florida State, and I respect his game a lot. I respect where he came from and the plays he's able to make and what he's able to bring here as well. He's just been able to translate it in a quick transition.
You were Iron Buckeye this offseason, right?
Right.
What did that mean? I know you've done it before though too, right?
Right. Yeah.
Why does that matter to you?
Everything matters here. Everything in the weight room, on the field, and I just, I hold myself to a high standard, so I just make that my standard.
Where do you look to take the next step in your game this season?
Obviously just being that lead communicator. Obviously last year we were able to lean on Caleb and Sonny, a lot out there on the field. So I want people to be able to lean on me just the same way.
When you're waiting to hear when they're announcing who the Iron Buckeyes are you thinking, man, I hope I get this? Or are you what's that like? And what's it like when you hear your name and you get noticed that way?
Like I said, I hold myself to a very high standard, when it comes to this type of stuff. So I'm not gonna say I'm surprised, but I just work towards that. So it's an honor, but that's just what I hold myself to.
Why are you like that?
I just want, like I said, I just want it. I want to be the best, so you got to do the best things around here.
Were you like that, growing up in high school? Was that before you got here? You held yourself to that standard?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that your parents? Is it your?
Yeah, obviously, I'm the oldest brother as well, so I gotta, be a role model for my younger brothers. So that just comes from that.
What do you think your younger brother? What do you think he takes after you on the football field?
My high motor. I feel like, we have some similarities, some differences, but, I feel like something similar we have is just the high motor, downhill, playing fast and physical type player.
How excited are you to see where he's going to go coming up? He's going to be a senior in high school?
So he's at Tennessee right now.
Okay.
He's a freshman, and, I'm excited. He has a spring game coming up, so I'm excited to see, what I can see from that as well, so that'll be fun.
How often have you guys been talking this spring, and what have you tried to pass down to him?
We talk every day. Obviously, he has, one of my old defensive coordinators, so, I told him, it's going to be a little challenging, but, we stay in that playbook and just stay grounded.
You, him, and your family have a charitable foundation together, obviously. What's it been like working with him and them on that?
On what?
On your charitable foundation.
On my foundation?
Yeah.
It's been great. I'm just excited for the events coming up soon, and can't wait to just keep giving back and putting on for the community.
Where did that start? When did you guys come to the decision to put that together?
Over the year, we always spoke about it, and I'm happy to see it start coming together, start seeing events popping up, and just start seeing a lot of donations and seeing people grow. Community grow around me as well.
Tell us more. What is kind of the mission? What does that foundation serve?
I'm just trying to, serve as a role model, for my community, not just in New Jersey, but Ohio and around the country. Just trying to get people to come around my foundation as well. A lot of charities and stuff like that. Being able to donate money, to people, charities, and different foundations, and just be able to grow that, in my family as well.
What do you think of being an Iron Buckeye multiple times now? What do you think when you see other guys who reach that threshold, like Brandon and Garrett and Jeremiah this year?
It just shows that, obviously, that's the standard they got to hold themselves to as well. Obviously, Jeremiah's won it, multiple times. I think this is Garrett and Brandon's first time, but I feel like that's going to be their standard now. They know what it's like, and they know what comes being an Iron Buckeye as well, and that's going to make people that haven't won it, they want to reach that goal as well and chase that.
How would you describe, Jaylen, the level of intensity in a weight room at Ohio State this spring? What's that been like?
I feel like this was a big one because we were trying to find our identity. Obviously, we have a lot of new guys come in, and not a lot of people knew, what the culture was and what it's like to be, in this type of environment in Ohio State weight room. So just finding that identity, seeing what people could do, making people grow, and I've seen a lot of growth by the end of the winter.
What do you think the identity and personality might be?
We're just trying to, I know as a team, we're just trying, we got to win it all. So we're just trying to be a smart, fast, physical football team and just, let that translate from the weight room to the field.
Where have you seen Leroy Roker take another step this year?
He took a really big step. Obviously, you guys see him out there playing. He played more and more, coming to the end of his sophomore season. And I expect him to see, a big jump, coming this year. Obviously, what comes with that, being more mature, and on and off the field, and just, getting yourself like he got a lot bigger. I know you guys can see that, and he's been able to be trustworthy for the coaches.
When you lost as many guys defensively as you did, and you have so many new guys coming in, how important are you in trying to establish the identity of this defense?
I feel like I'm very important because I feel like, I'm one of the few people that came back as a starter. So I'm just bringing people along with me as I try to hold myself to the standard that's been set years and years and years and years and years before I even got here. So just upholding to that standard and bringing people along with me.
When we were talking to Caleb at the NFL Combine, he was saying that he thought maybe you sacrificed a little bit last year so that maybe Caleb could kind of do his thing. What do you feel?
I feel like I'm just doing my job. I have an All-American top 10 pick safety. I'm playing with one of those type of guys. Jim Thorpe, a world winner. He's the guy. So I got, whatever he thinks is right for the team, he got to play it. I'll do whatever I got to do as well. So we're just playing together, and I feel like that was just how the tandem works.
When you have like that in the safety room, do there kind of have to be moments where there are a couple, there's a safety or two who are sort of doing their job that allows maybe another guy to take a chance or go try to make a play?
I feel like we allowed Caleb to just be himself and do what was best for the team, play a lot of positions, be very versatile. So I was able to work around that as well and be versatile with that. So, like I said, just being able to work around the best player in the country and just be able to play for him. He plays for me, and we just work together. That's what it's about.
Might we see you doing a little bit more of that kind of stuff that Caleb did last year?
I'm obviously I had to take that next step as well, with the leadership and being versatile. So obviously I've been working different things, and but we'll see when the season comes.
When you have freshmen that come in, obviously, what do you look at, and what has Blaine kind of showed you in these first couple of weeks that he's been here?
He's been very, very, very physical. I feel like we knew this, coming in from high school, and he's been being able to, express himself as as an aggressive player, and I love to see it. It's very exciting.
How would you evaluate the safety room overall?
We're pretty deep. I feel like we have a lot of guys that have a chance, and if it's not this year, next year, the years to come. But I feel like we're very deep. We want it. Everybody's in the film room with me. Later in the day, every day. We have a lot of young guys that's coming along, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
What was the moment, Jaylen, when you felt like the safety room or even just the defense with all the newcomers gelled for the first time this spring?
Obviously, it takes some time. It's, what is it, like practice 10, and obviously, in the weight room, we all had to come together. There's been a lot of hard times, a lot of hard workouts. We had to, get down, get dirty, and just grind together. And just realize, you got your brother here with you. So I wouldn't say there's a specific time, but we're still growing.
Who do you feel you push the most, and who do you feel pushes you the most right now?
I feel like there was a time where I was pushing Deshaun Stewart a lot. Obviously, another Jersey guy. I see a lot of potential in that guy. He works hard, and I just want him to be better. So, that's another. That's one guy. And somebody pushed me a lot. Throughout this time was Leroy Roker. He had something like King of the Hill. In the weight room. And he pushed me to the end. Like he didn't give up. It was every day. It was tight. It was close. He worked every day with me, and it was fun.
So you said Jersey guy.
2 more guys.
How much of being a Jersey guy is an identity for you as a football player?
It's big for my identity. As you can see, there's a lot of guys from New Jersey, not just here at Ohio State, but at other schools, and you just see the same type of personality. You see that dog, that very motivated player that plays with a lot of fire. And you can see that expressed in their play.
What is it about Leroy that's enabled him to kind of make a move in his safety room and make a push for a starting job?
He's just working every day. It's not like anyone around here is surprised. We see how he works in the weight room. We see how how much attention he pays in the meetings, and he puts it out on the field. So there's no surprise about
What's
that.
the next step look like for you? How do you elevate your game?
Basically just come to work every day. Pushing everybody else around me, be a leader, and just play what I play how I play.
You talked about kind of understanding and being versatile in this defense. When did you feel that maybe whole understanding of what, not just maybe what your position is trying to do, but what the entire defense is trying to do? When did that click for you?
No, obviously I got to see Caleb do a lot last year. So obviously I study everything. I'm not trying to pigeonhole myself to just one position.
Sure.
So being able to watch him, might not have took all the reps, but just being able to pay attention, study, and just obviously get some reps this year. So just being able to just study and understand everything.
Thanks, Jaylen.
Thanks, Jaylen.